Welcome to Club Libertas, the private membership club for the modern mystic. Most people will never know what it feels like to own their mind. Not rent it, not outsource it, not surrender it to impulse, fear, or the approval of others, but truly own it. To be the master of their thoughts instead of a prisoner inside them. They wake up and check their phones before they check their mission. They scroll for noise before they sit with themselves in silence. They chase stimulation, then wonder why they feel numb. They let the world think for them, then complain about where they've ended up. They're never in control, just responding. Responding to opinions, trends, headlines, emotions. They don't steer, they drift. And you know what drifts? Wreckage. But here's the truth. Most avoid. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon, or your deadliest liability. If you don't train it, it will betray you. If you don't shape it, it will be shaped by someone else. If you don't command it, it will serve someone else's script. You will either direct your mind toward your vision, or you will be used by others to fulfill theirs. Element 1. The mind is not the enemy, it's the battlefield. Your mind isn't your enemy, it's not your savior either. It's the arena, the front lines, the one battlefield you wake up on every day whether you want to or not. And just like a battlefield, it doesn't care whether you're prepared. It doesn't care whether you feel like fighting. It will be fought on, with or without your consent. Most men are fighting ghosts in their minds, doubt, fear, shame, and they don't even know it. They think they're making choices, but they're really reacting to triggers programmed years ago. They wonder why they sabotage relationships, kill momentum, or procrastinate their purpose. It's not bad luck, it's bad programming, and worse, ownership. Your mind, unguarded, will be overrun by culture, by distraction, by propaganda, by everything designed to keep you consuming instead of becoming. That's what makes this war so personal. You're not just fighting for productivity, you're fighting for your soul's sovereignty. Because once your mind is no longer yours, neither is your life. Element 2. Training the mind is not optional, it's survival. We train our bodies and call it discipline. We schedule our days and call it productivity. We count our macros, optimize our tech stacks, and audit our habits. But the raw, primal truth remains. If you don't train your mind, all of that collapses under pressure. Mental training isn't a morning routine checklist, it's war readiness. It's understanding that in moments of chaos, crisis, heartbreak, or humiliation, your mind is your last line of defense. And if you haven't trained it to hold the line, it will break, and it will take everything else with it. So, what does mental training look like? It looks like choosing silence over endless stimulation, even when it's uncomfortable. It looks like replacing reaction with reflection, even when it stings. It looks like saying no to your dopamine-soaked urges, not because you're a monk, but because you're a warrior. You think you're avoiding pain by scrolling? You're just numbing the pain that's teaching you something. Train that. Sit with it. Confront the storm instead of escaping it. Because the man who can remain calm inside his own chaos can command any room outside of it. Element 3. Identity. Is the code. Rewrite it or relive it. Your identity is not who you say you are on a good day. It's who you default to when everything falls apart. And the terrifying thing? Your default setting was likely programmed by people who gave up on themselves, by teachers who told you to be realistic, by parents who carried their own fear, by a society that values safety over sovereignty. And unless you consciously rewrite that code, you'll relive the same mediocre story over and over. Different job, different city, different haircut, same self-limiting script running in the background. The mind doesn't respond to hope. It responds to evidence. So give it evidence. Act like the man you want to be. Move with the energy of someone who believes he's dangerous. Speak in a way that demands alignment from yourself first. You don't fake it till you make it. You behave it until you become it. Because the mind doesn't care about your affirmations. It cares about your follow-through. When you say, "I'm disciplined," and then hit snooze, your mind logs that as a lie. But when you say, "I rise early," and you do, even once, your mind recalibrates. That's how men change, one decision at a time, one standard at a time, one battle at a time, until the old story dies from lack of repetition. Element 4. Focus is the new superpower. In today's world, your attention isn't just valuable, it's hunted. Every platform is an ambush. Every scroll is a surrender. And every time you let your attention drift, someone profits. The average man loses hours a day to nonsense. He can't sit with his thoughts, so he escapes them. He can't build something real, so he imitates what's trending. And then he wonders why he feels empty. But you're not average, and you know this. A man with undivided focus is a threat to everything that wants him compliant. So sharpen it. Build rituals that defend your mind like it's sacred territory. Design environments that demand your presence. Turn your phone into a tool, not a leash. Because every second you spend focused on your mission compounds. And every second you spend scattered fractures your momentum. Focus is not about obsession. It's about ownership. Own your inputs. Own your schedule. Own your ability to disappear from the noise and go deep into your purpose, because the man who controls his attention controls the outcome. Element 5. The final evolution from slave to sovereign. When you master your mind, everything changes. Not in theory, in reality. You no longer move from emotion. You move from execution. You don't need to explain your vision, you embody it. You don't react to disrespect. You rise above it without a word. Because silence is what power sounds like. This is what sovereignty looks like. Clarity in the chaos. Strength in solitude. Power without noise. You're not waiting for life to give you permission. You've built the internal approval system. You're not navigating life from insecurity, you're moving from alignment. And the world? It notices. Not because you're loud, but because you carry weight. This is the final evolution. The death of the reactive man. The birth of the sovereign one. The man whose thoughts are his weapon, whose focus is his shield, whose silence is his roar. This is Club Libertas, where we don't outsource thinking, where our minds are not playgrounds, they're fortresses, where your thoughts don't just echo, they impact. So don't just tame your mind, master it. Don't just cope, command. Because at the end of the day, your mind is your weapon. Sharpen it or surrender to it.